This video is just going to be an update on my car. So the last video I had up, I failed the bar inspection and I had to order a handful of parts and wait for those to get here, and then installing the turbo inlet, the OEM one, was a big pain, so that took me a while. And then a bar inspection facility was booked out for 2 weeks, so I had to wait 2 weeks after I got all this done to get my appointment made. And I did pass though, so here's the smog certificate. They also gave me a sticker which I put in that door, so that way it's 100% legal now, which is really awesome. I passed second try, which is pretty hard to do. He said he doesn't pass too many Subarus at that facility, and so I was really happy to pass second try. It was a lot of work, but it's better just to take your time with it and pass than having to, you know, go through there a bunch of times. So the next phase of my car, I'm going with a catless up pipe and a catted 3-inch down pipe. I'm pretty happy about that. That's going to be a lot more fun to drive. So I'm putting those on today. But here's what my engine bay looks like when I passed. So as you can see, I have everything stock. The stock turbo inlet, that was a big pain to put in. I had to do the stock intercooler boots. That was super easy. I just tucked my wire up out of the way. That way it doesn't, I mean, it's still pretty close to the turbo, but I put the heat shield on there and it just to protect it a little bit more. But I'm gonna have to figure out something because I really want to block that whole area because I don't want to mess up the wires. And so stock air box, all that. There's my power steering pump. I never put that up, and my AC is not hooked up, but I mean, that doesn't matter for smog. So if you don't have AC, you can still pass the inspection, and they don't care for that. But yeah, like I said, then my next step, I'm gonna do the catless up pipe. The stock one, it just robs the turbo of spool, and you really can't hear the turbo spool at all with the catted up pipe as you can with a catless one. So I'm pretty excited to see what this car sounds like right after I put those on. And yeah, so if you're in California, go through iWire. It's definitely the best way to do it. He said he had a lot of people just give up that did their own wiring harness because they misplaced one of the wires for the sensors, and you have to go back and troubleshoot it all. Whereas with iWire, you plug it in and everything works just as it should. You have no issues with any of your sensors. All of them passed. It's super easy to install it, and they just do really good work. So if you are in California or anywhere and you want to do a swap in an RS, just go through iWire. It's expensive at first, but honestly, it's going to pay off in the long run because you're not going to have to troubleshoot the wires, and you know, even if you have to pull the whole harness out again, I honestly would not want to do that again. Just do it right the first time. Go through iWire, put the harness in one time, never have to mess with it. Everything just works. So that's my biggest advice on these swaps, is just if you are not good with electrical stuff or harnesses, just save up the money, get your harness mirrored by a company. That way it's just plug and play. It runs perfectly. I've put about 3,000 miles on a swap. I've done a 6-hour road trip in it with absolutely no issues. So that's the best way to go.